We start this new manhwa in a war-torn dungeon, and this lady warrior is holding a bloody dagger. She praises someone named Qin Feng that he's amazing. Even under a fold accelerated aging effect, he still managed to clear the ancient deity's ruin. But this divine artifact, Eye of Judgment, she'll be taking it now. Feng, impaled and injured, asks why did she betray him at a time like this. I'm your brother, he tells her sister named Qin Xiaoyu. Now we see this sister playing with his magical eyeballs. All pissed, Xiao tells Feng that he is just an adopted child his parents took in. They don't even share the same blood. And yet he calls himself her brother. Another brother named Song Fei appears and tells her sister that's no way to talk to him. This so-called brother of his sure came in handy. Now holding the divine balls, he thanks Feng. Without him, they would have never gotten this divine artifact. Now this blonde bastard tells MC that to drain his lifespan in one go, he went to great lengths to obtain the soul-stealing blade, which is now stabbed into his body. Do you like my parting gift? He asks. Nearly dead MC states that he raised his sister after their parents passed away. He supported her through school. After this game descended upon their world, he risked his life countless times for her. I really misjudged you, my dear sister, MC utters. Sister states that after their parents passed away, he kept interfering in her life, bossing her around and controlling her when Song Fei and she needed his protection. He was somewhat useful, but now that they have this divine artifact, his only value is gone. Song jumps to attack MC with his dual sabers and tells his brother to just die in peace. He will take good care of their sister. MC now screams his final words that even if he dies, he won't let them get away with this. And just like that, his head is sliced off. Now we are told that in the year 2025, the godforsaken game descended. As long as a person falls asleep, they will be forcibly pulled into the game world, and the only currency in the game is lifespan. Dying causes a loss of lifespan, while killing monsters grants lifespan. Players can spend lifespans to bring their in-game abilities into the real world. The strong can tear apart tanks with their bare hands, slice through planes with a sword, and even withstand nuclear blasts with their own bodies. And from that moment, the world changed drastically, and chaos spread. MC struggled to survive with his sister, enduring countless hardships, barely making it to the top 100 global powerhouses, after overcoming endless dangers and barely escaping death countless times. MC finally conquered the ancient god's ruins and obtained the divine artifact, Eye of Judgment, and at last, he had the qualifications to reach the top. But who would have thought? The price of his success was the betrayal of his only family. Now this headless MC thinks that all his efforts in life amounted to nothing but interference, and all his struggles only paved the way for someone else's success. But the head refuses to accept this, and thinks that if he could live again, he would only fight for himself. And just like that, MC is dead. But just like any other manhwa, he wakes up, all shocked as to WTF just happened. Feng gets up and wonders if this is the real world. MC checks his neck and wonders, didn't he just die? Then he checks his phone and is shocked to see that it's 2025. MC looks outside from the window and wonders if he was reborn. Back to 9 years ago, the day the godforsaken game descended. Scene shifts and some girl kicks in a door. MC is drinking some coffee, and this girl, who I guess is the stepsister, yells at him. Why wasn't he answering her calls? Xiaoyu starts kicking stuff around and telling him that she went to support Brother Fei. Why is MC making such a big deal out of it? He doesn't understand how important it was for her to go support him. MC remembers this. On the day the game descended, Xiaoyu had a big fight with him because of Song Fei. It seems like Song Fei is the boyfriend here. Just want to tell you all that in Chinese manhwas, people call out each other brother or sister due to respect, okay? There is no incest going on. Now MC tells us that before the game descended, this Fei was somewhat famous underground idol, and Xiaoyu was his very obsessed fan. Sister is getting mad at other fangirls and stalker fans. She asks MC to give her more money so she can rank up. MC now tells us that Song Fei might seem glamorous, but in reality, he's a total scumbag who has tricked many of his female fans out of their money and bodies to prevent his sister from being scammed. MC has always forbidden her from hanging around that guy, but in the end, he was accused of controlling her life. Sister is getting mad and asks if his brother is deaf. She's talking to him, and he's acting like he can't hear her. Sister accuses MC that it's all because of him that Fei dropped off the rank this month. Now she starts threatening MC that if he doesn't give her money to rank up, she'll. MC is like, fuck this, and slaps her hard. Sister drops to the floor wondering what just happened. Sister starts crying and bleeding. She can't believe her brother actually hit her. Now with a death stare, MC tells her that he doesn't have the time or mood to argue with her today. But if she keeps barking at him, he'll smash her mouth. MC throws a golden debit card at her face and tells her that this is the money left by their parents. No matter how hard it's been these years, he never touched a single cent, and he returns it all to her today. As he opens the door, he tells her that for their parents' sake, he won't stoop to her level, but from now on, he will have no sister like her. And he enters his room, leaving Xiaoyu crying outside. Feng now tells us that in his past life, because he protected Xiaoyu, he missed too many opportunities, too many secret treasures and dungeons that needed risk-taking exploration, which he gave up on. Now MC is taking sleeping pills and is curious how far he can go without this burden. This time around, he's going to use his understanding of the game from the past life to stay ahead of everyone. And his stepsister is on her own now. And he's personally going to take Song Fei's head. Scene shifts and MC is sleeping. Reminder, they need to sleep to enter the game. And Feng is now in the game. And he's in the career's choice hall. MC remembers the first time they came here. He was so nervous that it took him several hours to complete career choice and leave. It happens in every RPG I play. But this time he needs to be quicker. Now MC tells us that in his past life, he chose the warrior to protect Xiaoyu. The warrior wasn't weak, but it's not the right fit for him anymore. Now without the sister's burden, Feng will be able to clear solo much faster. This time mobility and reaction time are the most important for him. And so it's decided, in this life, he's going to choose the assassin, just as MC chooses the class, divine. Artifact Eye of Judgment has been successfully bounded and activated. It's the same artifact which got him killed in his previous life, but this time he got it at the start, and a unique ability, Authority of Judgment. And with this passive skill, he will automatically gain the highest rank profession and talent. MC is happy that the Eye of Judgment has bounded itself with him. Even after rebirth, MC figures out that artifact remembers its master. Even if it's stolen, it's useless. MC wonders if he was reborn because of it. But suddenly a shit tone of darkness starts entering his body and surrounds him. Game now congratulates MC for having gained a hidden profession, and in just a few seconds, his specialization is complete. First his hand emerges from the darkness, and then this white hair man comes out. Feng has now become the Shadow. Alright, some heavy aura farming. This is Shadow, the highest tier hidden profession for assassin class. This is completely different from the warrior he chose in his previous life. Just gaining this new profession gave him so much power. MC checks himself and tells us that every profession in the game has a very small chance of unlocking its hidden higher tier profession. So just like Path of Exile, and this Authority of Judgment makes the probability a certainty. MC wonders what exactly is this ability. Now we are told that Authority of Judgment is the most primal and ancient authority in the universe. It surpasses rules and orders. Ability cannot be activated yet, but its passive buff still works, and our assassin is interested in this ability. By the way, art style and color coordination is next level. Now Shadow tells us that in his past life, it wasn't until the 7th year after the game descended that a strong player managed to leave the gods' abandoned realm and reach the realm of order. Only then humanity learned about the existence of order's power. But in fact, even years later, no one ever obtained the power of order. MC never expected that he would gain the primal authority at the start of his new journey. Now he just needs to reach the realm of order to activate this authority, which means that he has another goal in this life. And now this player needs to decide his gamer tag. Since his profession is born from Shadow, he chooses the name Shadow. Now with everything done, MC enters the gods' abandoned realm, and we are told that this is a ruined land, filled with countless monsters. He needs to be careful because these monsters can tear him apart and steal his lifespan. His objective is to leave the town, kill monsters, and earn tradable lifespan. But if he dies in the game, he will lose half his lifespan, both tradable and non-tradable, so different currencies. Shadow now lands in the safe area called the Shell Town. There are no monsters here, and players cannot attack each other. MC slept willingly, but other people who went to sleep have now been pulled into the game. Other people or players in this case have figured out that MC is an assassin, but other assassins are confused. Why aren't they this cool looking? Shadow knows that soon figures from various countries will start appearing one after another, reshaping the order of this world. If he wants to be ahead of them, he can't just sit around and wait, because practice doesn't wait for anyone. MC now notices some people falling, and we are told that they return to this save point town. When they die, players are returning to the town left and right. They are unable to beat the level 1 crawler monsters, and their lifespans are going down. And so they ask this blonde Lucy from Fairy Tale looking girl named Lizzie, what should they do? Shadow looks at Lizzie and thinks that she's an archer class with short bows. So maybe she's a hidden class too. Lizzie and her juicy melon stand up, and she states that Shadow seems like a hidden class too. So would he like to join their team? Lizzie tells him that monsters outside are very strong, and they can't handle them alone. Their team has been wiped out once, but they have experience now. MC wonders if it's the experience from being killed, and tells her no need. Lizzie is pissed, and other players start telling MC to stop being like this. Monsters outside aren't weak, and because he's an assassin, he could just run away without fighting. Lizzie checks the system and figures out that this guy has the alias, Shadow, and he's really acting high. And she decides that they're going to follow MC and see what skills he has. Maybe they can get some new info on monsters, or maybe they could see how MC dies. Next chapter starts with now this super dope looking MC walking out of the town, and Lizzie is following him. She knows that this place is far too dangerous. Lizzie has no idea how she ended up here, but due to years of online gaming experience, she quickly formed a party. Yet the very first monster they encountered outside the village wiped them out. They refused to believe that enemy was something a level 1 player could defeat. Now Lizzie's group is spying on MC, noticing how he has a short blade, and he seems quicker than other assassins. Even his outfit is more cooler than theirs. Lizzie finds this Shadow player very unusual, so following him might lead them to some crucial intel. But MC notices her and uses his Shadow sneak ability. Man, this looks so cool. And just like that, he vanishes from their sight. Lizzie and friends are shocked and thinks that this must be some overpowered starting skill that grants invisibility. And they were right. MC did become invisible, and the group decides that they should go back into the village to look for some treasure or get some item from the NPCs. It's like Ricky's skill from Dota 2. MC does more damage when he attacks, and the skill expires. Its duration can be increased with stealth mastery. MC finds this ability extraordinary. Any normal assassin's stealth at this level would be easy to detect, but this Shadow class has this unique Shadow mastery, which makes it impossible for even monsters to detect him. MC now thinks that Lizzie's group are all naive fools. They won't find anything that can improve their strength in the starting town. It's just a shelter for players, and in the Forsaken game, weak players are nothing but prey for monsters. Shadow's stealth is ending, but the good thing is cooldown starts when he activates the skill. So in a few seconds he can vanish again. MC stats are normal. Tradable lifespan is 0 and non-tradable lifespan is 75 years. MC now tells us that all players start with base stats of 10, with different classes granting additional bonuses. His previous warrior class only got +3 strength, but with this Shadow class all the stats get a buff, and agility is boosted to +8. And he still has 5 points to allocate. MC tells us that most players only dump their points into strength or spirit to boost magic. But that's a huge mistake, and so Shadow puts all his points into agility. I mean, I do the same in like every RPG I play. I just go dex build, because as we both agree, agility is the key. MC now tells us that in the early game, no matter how one allocates his stats, monsters will always do overwhelming damage to the players. So the only way to kill monsters without taking damage is by boosting agility and increasing speed. Now suddenly MC notices some nasty sound, and it's a monster staring at him. This is a level 1 crawler, but it can evolve. MC sees it absorbing some lifespan, and figures out that this must be the monster that wiped out that 4-player party. Crawler now jumps to Shadow, but judging from his wounds, MC thinks the 4-player party did manage to take a chunk of its HP. MC evades the attack, and tells us that when monsters kill players, they gain players' lifespan, and if they absorb enough, they can evolve. Oh man, nice mechanic. I was not expecting monster evolving. I mean, this never happened in games, until now. Because now artificial intelligence is making smart monsters, MC jumps back, pulls out his short blade, and uses his shadow sneak ability and vanishes. This monster really looks like the aliens from A Quiet Place. Moving on, monster is confused as to where did MC went. Shadow gets behind the monster and bam. Attacks with his stealth break strike, which does extra damage, and stabs the crawler in the head, killing it instantly. Shadow dealt 174 damage. He didn't expect a one-shot kill. He knows attacking a crawler's nape triggers a critical hit, but this damage is insane. Now he figures out that the damage was doubled because he attacked from the back. It was because of the damage multiplier. MC looks at the crawler and remembers that back when he was a warrior, a critical hit only did 40 damage, and he struggled to kill a crawler, nearly dying in the process. Protecting his sister made it even more difficult, but not this time. Shadow gains 3 days of tradable lifespan, 54 years, and 155 days of non-tradable lifespan. Shadow figures out that because 5 people died from this crawler, with each losing at least 20 to 30 years, then that should add up to over 100 years. But since the crawler absorbed it first, he only got 54 years from it. But it's alright, because non-tradable lifespan isn't useful for now. But suddenly Eye of Judgment's passive ability is activated and grants MC infinite evolution. Primal talent. It tells him that when killing monsters solo, he has a chance to earn evolution points to upgrade skills. Every 24 hours he gains 5 evolution points. Defeating a boss-class monster solo guarantees evolution points. But for now he only got 5. MC thinks that with this he can upgrade any skill. In his last life he never got anything like this, no matter what gear or skill book dropped from monsters. Its grade was fixed and there was no way to improve it. So this power is beyond rules and order. And so MC quickly upgrades his Shadow Sneak and Backstab. And so both skills are buffed. Shadow Sneak now lasts 16 seconds. Stealth Mastery doubled to 32 seconds. And with this extended stealth duration, Shadow can maintain permanent invisibility. MC thinks that if his skills were upgraded earlier, he could have one-shot even a full HP crawler. MC hears someone talking behind him that how a scrawny guy took down a monster solo. And they think this game is easy. MC looks back, and it's a couple. Girl thinks that her guy is amazing with a great physique, so he could probably take on 10 people. Guy is like, don't worry, he'll protect her. But MC notices another creepy crawler in the tree. This cocky bastard states that MC is struggling alone and asks if he wants to be carried. MC thinks they are just food for this crawler, so he jumps back and uses Shadow Sneak. Couple is like, what just happened? Guy states that MC must have been intimidated by his ripped muscles and starts laughing, but suddenly this giant-ass spider drops down from the tree. Couple is like, what is this thing? This is a Nurturer level 1 grade, bronze, and it quickly starts cutting and eating the couple. Hiding from this monster, Shadow tells us that this Nurturer is a beginner boss with around 1600 HP. It's not something a normal rookie can handle. Plus it has all those little spiders under its command. But this is a perfect opportunity for Shadow to test how strong his upgrade skill are, so he quickly moves behind the giant spider and attacks it with his stealth break strike. And its head erupts with purple blood, but it's not dead and hits back at Shadow, but he manages to use Sneak again. MC dealt 338 weak point damage. By the way, this MC did not give a fuck about that couple dying. Shadow only took 9 damage, but it was close. Good, this his agility is high enough. Otherwise, with only 130 HP, he would have been instantly killed, but it felt amazing that last hit did over 300 damage. Now angry and erratic, the bleeding spider starts attacking everywhere. Seeing this, MC realizes that this spider is enraged. Because these monsters are intelligent, they won't just stand there and take hits. Spider is attacking indiscriminately to pinpoint his location, and those little spiders are on alert now. So MC can't rush and recklessly anymore. But if his guess is right, he throws a stone at the spider, and it hits the weak point like a missile, doing 299 damage. It worked just as MC thought. His main damage output comes from Stealth's ambush strike bonus and class skill enhancement. So throwing a rock at the enemy deals solid damage. All Shadow has to do now is wait for Shadow Sneak to come off cooldown. Then throw a rock. I mean, it's a camping strategy, but whatever works, and that's exactly what he does, and throws another one. And bam, it hits. Rock triggers ambush strike, backstab, and weak point attack bonuses, and it dealt 279 damage. Then MC activates the Shadow Sneak again. Dude is playing like a real gamer, not getting good, but learning the game. He stays hidden till the cooldown and then attacks again. Back at the village, leaderboard was getting updated. A player named Shadow has slain a bronze nurturer and reached level 2. People are shocked that someone soloed a boss. While they have been killed twice, people start asking around if anyone knows this pro. The leaderboard is only showing one name. Now we see Lizzie's group checking the leaderboard. They can't believe he hit level 2 and killed a boss. They can't even handle normal mobs in a party. And he soloed a boss. They wonder if it's some system error. Now we see the couple that was killed by the spider respawning at the village. They wonder if it could be that stealthy assassin from earlier, and we are back with MC, and he got a lot of buffs from this boss. MC thinks that if he killed the little spiders before, he would have gotten more EXP, but the boss is dead and little ones scattered. But MC got a new skill from the spider, the greedy hand. It's an assassin class skill, and with it he gets a 20% chance of obtaining an additional loot reward. MC can't believe this assassin skill dropped from bronze boss. This skill increases loot acquisition. In the late game, taking down powerful bosses will have a 20% chance of yielding extra loot. MC remembers that in his past life, there was a guy in this Slayer guild with this skill. His combat strength was average, but because of this skill, he became one of the most sought-after players. He even had his own personal bodyguard. Shadow now realizes that even though the activation rate is only 20%, he can combine it with his unlimited evolution talent. With that, he could endlessly boost both the drop rate and loot quality. Man, this guy is becoming OP. We start the next chapter in the real world. Students are going to school. Xiaoyu is walking with her friend. Friend tells her that she should apologize to her brother because they skipped exam yesterday to secretly go support Song Fei. Her brother must be angry. Sister tells her that she didn't do anything wrong. So why should she apologize? If it weren't for his brother, they wouldn't have almost missed the entrance time yesterday. So he should be the one to apologize. Friend tells her that her brother treats her so well. Sometimes she really envies her for having such a brother. Sister tells her, like hell he does. He's always meddling in her business. And he's not her real brother. Song Fei is enough for her. Friend asks what happened to her face, to which Xiaoyu replies that she tripped and fell. These girls enter the school and notice a big crowd around their classroom. Friend gets into the crowd and notices some students sleeping and barely visible. Friend, all worried, asks what's wrong with this kid named Zhang Wei. Why was he turning semi-transparent? Some other student tells us that just now Wei wanted to take a nap, and when they turned around he was like this. Now we are told that this wasn't any isolated case. It's all over the internet. People worldwide were experiencing the same phenomenon. According to some experts, this happens when people fall asleep, but no one knows why yet. Friend is going to call her parents to warn them and tell Xiaoyu to call her brother, just in case. But this stupid bitch is like, nope, she'd never contact him first. According to her, a guy like her brother should just drop dead. Scene shifts, and we are back with Shadow, and he just upgraded his greed hand from bronze to gold. And now he gets a 70% chance of getting extra loot. Man, the greed hand with those rings looks so awesome. And with its activation, MC gained additional points in lifespan. It's like he has a hand on his hand, like a devil arm or something. Shadow is excited that he got 2 extra evolution points. And soon he'll be able to upgrade greedy hand to next level and get 100% chance of getting extra loot. Inside the game, MC thinks that the world governments must have caught on to the situation by now. More and more are going to flood into the game. So he needs to speed up his progress. He needs to equip whatever he can use. And so he equips everything. Shadow knows that it won't be long before people realize that the skill and equipment from the game can be extracted into the real world. When that happens, the world will be thrown into chaos. Now MC tells us that extracting skills and equipment requires 2 conditions. First, reaching level 10. Second, having enough tradable lifespan. Grinding small monsters take too long. Shadow needs to find stronger bosses. MC now hears some players fighting in the distance, so he goes to check it out, and we see a party fighting a level 2 sprint predator. MC sees this monster and thinks that this is perfect timing. MC now sees one of the players and realizes that it's Wang Ming. Shadow didn't expect to run into him here and thinks that rumors were true. It was said that when Wang Ming first entered the game, he assembled an entire team of hidden class players, and all 6 of them were hidden class users. Now we see Ming using his holy barrier. MC tells us that Meng's hidden class is Holy Shield Warrior, which has twice the base stats of a regular warrior and comes with an innate invincibility skill. Now we see some female mage charging a fireball spell, and bam, it hits this crawler, and it does 70 damage. Shadow now tells us that mage's hidden class profession is Prophet, and it deals double the spell damage of a regular mage and comes with a built-in prophetic fireball. Next we have Archer hidden class with profession Sharp-Eyed Shooter. It's stronger than a normal archer and comes with a built-in rapid shot skill. And Priest hidden class profession is Oracle Priest. It has a lot more healing power and starts with a group healing skill. Now we see arrows and fire just raining down on this poor crawler, and Meng protecting everyone with his shield. But this boss is very fast for their range attacks. They aren't hitting. Meng tells the healers to just keep him alive, and everyone else should just keep on attacking. They'll eventually whittle it down. Shadow, hiding in the well shadows, thinks that Meng is very optimistic if he's planning on chipping away at the monster's health. But he's forgetting that this is the wilds, and if the battle drags on, other monsters will be drawn in, and that's exactly what's happening. MC realizes that these mud monsters are the Corruptors, a level 2 regular monster covered in dark brown sludge, and they use range attacks. One of the party members runs to protect their boss, and this guy with a big sword attacks this mud monster. MC thinks that this is another hidden class he's never seen before, but he only does 33 damage, and thinks that this monster's defense is too high. And suddenly monster starts vomiting on him, and then other monsters start vomiting. This stinky attack is ground bind. It slows down their movement speed, and now these mud monsters are about to attack this cute mage. But MC jumps in and cuts its head, saving the mage. Every hidden class player notices this. They didn't see it, but someone just one-shot the monster, and they think that someone is helping them. Big Sword Guy states that they have to work together to take down just a level 1 crawler. But how is it possible that a level 2 got one shot? Sword Guy is about to get attacked, but someone cuts the monster's head. Sword Guy asks the mage girl if she saw someone. It really was an instant kill. She saw nothing. Meng hopes that they and this mysterious player are on the same side, and tells the group to keep attacking. Now only the spirit predator is left. Shadow, all ninja-like, is sitting atop a tree, gaining EXP from his kills, and he gained a new common venom dart skill. It is a mid-range poison damage skill, and Shadow evolves it immediately, improving its damage and reducing cooldown. Meng is still trying to defend, but he gets stabbed and impaled. While that holy shield was worthless, Healer tries to heal him, but it's not fast enough, so Meng tells them to run away. But suddenly a poison dart hits the monster and does 845 damage. Party members are like, what the hell? That attack just wiped out half the boss's HP. Monster starts bleeding this green blood and drops Meng's mangled body. This monster is suffering from the poison and rapidly losing the remaining HP, and it's dead. And with that, Shadow got 600 EXP. MC straight up stole their farm. Shadow is impressed that Venom Dart's damage over time triggered his passive skill. Mixed with stealth, this OP-MC can throw poison darts indefinitely. Nothing in the early or mid-game can stop him now. Meng can't believe the damage this invisible player did. And just like that, the loot light vanished. Meng gets up and looks around, thanks MC, and asks his name, having no idea where he is. MC tells them to not thank him and advises them to not trust people out in the woods. Meng thanks him, and the party moves on not to disturb MC. If he needs anything, he can find Wang Meng. Other players want to add MC to their party, but Meng tells them to move on. Shadow thinks that Meng seems reliable. Plus, he has the backing of Daxia's government, which means plenty of resources. Now Shadow needs to find a stable sales channel, so he can sell his unused loot. Shadow summons his greedy hand to get extra loot, and with that he gets a great haul. He's still got plenty of other class gear and skill books, and once his bag gets full, he'll head back to town and trade it all for lifespan. Shadow knows that this time, his growth is 100 times faster than his last life, and he'll soon be coming for that bastard Song Fei. We start the next chapter with a random party fighting monsters, but the monsters are increasing, and they need to run now, but they just keep standing around, scared of this new awesome-looking group monster. Monster shoots thorny spikes at the party, cutting and scratching them all over, and they are dead. Scene shifts, and we see these dead players respawning in the town. Players are pissed that these monsters always appear in groups and flee when they're low on health. Players need to reach level 3 to leave the game. But there's no way for them to reach level 3, so they decide to form a bigger party of 6 or even 10 players. But the other guy states that won't work either. He saw a 10-man team get swarmed and wiped out. Besides, too many people will attract a boss. Just a moment ago, a 40-man group triggered some Curse Master, and it wiped out over 30 of them in one hit. Now we see Lizzie and her party respawning, and they know if they never reach level 3, they'll be trapped here forever. They all know that they fell asleep, and it's their consciousness that's trapped. If they don't leave the game, their real bodies will starve to death. Lizzie is getting annoyed at the difficulty of this game. Her party has already died 3 times, and their non-tradable lifespan is less than 10 years. They might die completely if this keeps up, so they cannot afford to die anymore. They look at the leaderboard and Shadow has already reached level 3. Lizzie wonders if Shadow figured out some trick, and they need to get him to carry them to level 3 and get out of this game. And so she tells her party members to spread the word and get Shadow to help them. And when they return to reality, Lizzie will pay Shadow 10 million in cash. Lizzie is sure that there's no way Shadow will ignore 10 million. Scene shifts, and we see a monster getting hit by a poison arrow. It's Shadow, and he just killed a level 2 polluter. And with this kill, MC got enough evolution points, and so he evolves his greedy hand. This skill now, at emerald level, and extra loot gets 20% chance to be 1 tier higher. MC knows if he keeps evolving this effect, it'll reach 100% or even 200%. But suddenly Shadow notices this giant Groot curse monster. This is a bronze tier boss. MC figures out that it is absorbing life force to advance to a silver tier boss. No wonder it wiped out that 40-man team. But MC can't really kill this monster right now, because his inventory is full. Even if he kills it, he can't pick up the loot, so he marks this spot on the map. Shadow knows that boss evolution takes time, so he's going to clear his inventory and come back later. Scene shifts back to the town, where players are talking about how someone is offering 10 million for Shadow to help them. These commoners think they are doomed because the rich are already trying to find a way out. Shadow with all his shadows appears in the town and selects market stall. And so this assassin sets up a shop, selling equipment and skills for a limited time. Players wonder, when did this guy show up? They are shocked that MC is wearing 2 bronze tier pieces and selling 2 more. Now they realize that this is the Shadow guy from the leaderboard, but players are unable to see Shadow's face because MC enabled the face concealment function. Now we are told that in-game appearance matches the real appearance of a person, so MC wants to stay mysterious. But we see this woman moving forward, and we see the super thick, juicy mage ask MC about the price of Icicle spell. Shadow tells her that'll be 100 days of tradable lifespan. MC recognizes this woman. She's Grey Rose, currently ranked 11 in Shell Town, and she has enabled face concealment too. This busted mage asks if MC could lower the price. Shadow tells her that this Icicle spell greatly boosts a mage's early grinding speed, so 100 days is already a bargain. Mage asks if she can use real-world money. MC tells her to use the cash to buy tradable lifespan from someone else, then trade with him. If no one offers more, he'll hold the spell for her. So Mage and her boobs tell MC to hold on a second. Mage opens her team chat and asks the party. Party members agree and transfer their lifespan to her, and she'll pay them back when they escape. They just want to reach level 3 and escape first, and so the trade is done. MC thinks that this whole team is at level 2, which means they must have killed 30 or 40 crawlers, so their lifespan should be a lot more than 100. And as one thick pair leaves, another one appears. It's Lizzie, and she finally found Shadow. Lizzie and her melons give MC one chance to help her get to level 3. And once they are back, she'll pay him 10 million. Other players hear this and can't believe that 10 million rumor was real. Now MC realizes that she is Jiang Li. In the past life, Lizzie was the leader of a criminal syndicate, but the syndicate was wiped out by the country. Lizzie tells MC that her father is the chairman of Dajiang Industries. If he doesn't believe it, he can look her up. MC remembers that according to the reports, she used cash to lure people into selling their lifespan, then kidnapping them for forced labor, and those who resisted were killed in the real world. MC knows she's a thick scum, so he refuses. Lizzie tells him that he might be strong in the game for now, but no one knows how the game works yet. If he sticks with her, she'll make sure he'll live in luxury cars, houses, women, and whatever he wants. MC tells her if she's not buying, She needs to move aside. She's blocking his business. Shadow knows cash will become worthless soon, and the only universal currency will be tradable lifespan. Bimbo is getting mad and tells MC that she is offering him a chance, but he is turning it down. If this were the real world, she'd teach him a lesson right now. Shadow has had it with this busta bitch and taunts her to say one more word, and he'll kill her until her lifespan hits 0. This statement straight up scares everyone. Lizzie and her group leaves immediately. Shadow has sold everything and he is ready to deal with the curse monster. Shadow tells us that no one knows yet that tradable lifespan extracts skill into reality. No one knows that this forsaken game will plunge the real world into chaos. And with that, MC uses his shadow sneak, and people wonder where did he go. MC knows all these real-world backgrounds people once prided themselves on. Soon they'll start losing it, because in the end, only personal strength will matter. We start the next chapter with Lizzie and her party members stopping from running away, and she is pissed that Shadow not only refused her offer, but even dared to threaten her. Once she returns to reality, she's going to make sure to kill MC, but suddenly some unknown player approach her. This player is Mao Lijun, but we can call him Old Mao. He's currently level 2 and knows some tricks for leveling up. He can help Lizzie if she is willing to spend that 10 million. What tricks? Lizzie asks. Mao doesn't show them to everyone, but since 10 million is on the table, he's going to make an exception for her. Mao tells her to put all 5 initial attribute points into agility. That way their full sprint speed will be fast enough to outrun the crawlers. Now Lizzie realizes how the game works. But she's already put all her points into strength. Lizzie accepts that this Mao guy knows a thing or two, and so she agrees to make a deal with him. But this Mao is not as strong as Shadow, so Lizzie only offers him 5 million. He needs to get her to level 3, and when they return she'll pay him. Mao agrees and thinks that Shadow might be strong, but he seems to have some brain issues, turning down 10 million. What an idiot. Scene shifts, and we see MC back in the forest, trying to be Naruto. And as expected, the boss has already evolved to Silver Tier. It's shrouded in gray mist like a FromSoft boss, and is still evolving. Shadow knows that evolution from silver to gold will take at least 7 or 8 hours. But MC is too lazy to wait, so he prepares the Venom Dart. And using his Stealth Break Strike, Shadow attacks the boss, doing 659 damage. Venom starts doing damage over time, and Shadow hides again. MC knows that this Silver Tier boss's HP is 3 times more that of a Bronze Tier, and this time this group monster readies its Spirit Bomb and starts attacking using this AoE attack. MC knows this monster will take 2-3 Venom Darts. Shadow in trying to evade this AoE spell. Now we know that this curse monster is Mage type. Most of its skill are area attacks, and they deal high damage. MC barely backed out after throwing the Venom Dart. If MC was hit with one of these attacks, he would have died with his low HP. Monster is not stopping and keeps attacking with this spell. Shadow needs to wait and keep evading until his stealth's cooldown ends, and then launch the attack during the boss's assault. And immediately after, he needs to activate stealth to exit its attack. Range, monster rests for recovery. And now is the time for Shadow to attack. A Venom Dart to its head doing 659 damage. And again it's taking damage over time. After losing a lot of HP, this curse monster starts to run away. MC sees this, but he's not going to give up, and thinks that this is better than a futile, dying struggle. Surrendering without resistance makes things so much easier for MC. And so MC straight up stabs this curse monster and gains 1800 EXP and reaches level 5. Shadow can't believe he leveled up 2 times and got 4 evolution points. Now he uses his greedy hand and gains twice the points on lifespan, and with that he got 12 evolution points. And one of his loot item has been upgraded to gold tier. This is because of the 20% upgrade chance from his emerald greedy hand. But the loot drop is too much. Shadow can't keep killing bosses and run back to town to sell stuff every time. MC is hoping to get a storage ring or something soon, so he can get more slots and buy. The looks of it, MC got something legendary. Scene shifts and we see another busted player respawn in the town, and she is glad she made it back alive. It's Meng's party, and they all manage to reach level 3 and return to town safely. Mage is upset that she didn't get to add Shadow as a friend back then. She thinks because she was all muddy, Shadow didn't get a good look. Other party members states that if she wasn't wearing that freshly dropped gear, MC might have noticed her. Leaderboard is Updated again, and everyone sees that Shadow just reached level 5. Players can't believe he jumped from level 3 to level 5. They remember that just 10 minutes ago, he was selling stuff in the town. One player is ready to marry his sister to MC. That way he might get a little benefit and level up. Other guy tells him that MC wouldn't even take 10 million. Why would he be interested in his sister? Meng's party is also shocked. They just hit level 3 and MC is already at level 5. They wonder how are they supposed to live like this? Meng advises the team to not think about it too much. They first need to return to reality and tell their family and friends about this godforsaken game. Meng knows that the world is bound to fall into chaos, so they need to warn the people in their circles to be prepared. And just like they log off for now, and we see Meng wake up, other people around him are ready to tell the leader that Meng is awake. And it seems we are in some police station restroom. And is that guy on the back? Soldiers asks if Meng is okay. Another guy tells Meng that he turned semi-transparent, and they got scared. Meng was told to rest yesterday, but when they came back, he was like that. Meng tells them to gather everyone quickly. Something major is happening. We start the next chapter at the police station, and Meng is being asked that he formed a party of hidden professions, and they were entirely wiped out, but were saved by someone in the end? So, Meng is a police officer. He replies yes to the question and states that player's alias was Shadow. When he saved him, his level was 3, but when they reached level 3, he was already level 5. Chief asks that this Shadow jumped 2 levels, which means he's the top player at the moment. Chief asks how MC did that. Meng states that maybe he killed a boss or something. Other officers wonder why hasn't Shadow came back to reality if he is level 5. They think that maybe MC doesn't have any family. That's why he isn't coming out. Meng agrees with the statement. This female officer points out that this Shadow might be a transmigrator, and aren't transmigrata usually orphans, and they become strong very quickly. Am I right? She asks. And yeah, she is right on point. Chief reminds this officer on you to read fewer novels, and she shouldn't make such jokes in these kinds of serious situations. Chief now states the information provided by Meng is the same as the information from the higher-ups. Plus, there's new research which shows that some older people die not long after they fall asleep. After collecting and comparing the data with the employees who returned to reality, they indeed died many times in the game, which means if their lifespan reaches 0 in the game, they will die for real in reality. Officers thinks that this is an abnormal thing that is beyond their understanding. Chief is sure that they are being invaded by some unknown higher beings, and so now the higher-ups in the government have given an emergency command to explore the game and share information. They must quickly form a big professional army. They know this is a major event that affects the entire world, and right now, every nation is doing whatever they can to explore the game. If this Chinese nation falls behind this aspect, it would mean losing authority in the world, so they must obtain information at all costs. Anyu, the female officer, is made the captain of Team 1. Anyu accepts the assignment, and Meng will be the vice-captain. The two of them will choose their own teammates, and Meng accepts. They can also try to make friends with the Shadow. He doesn't seem to have a bad character. Anyu is the captain because her personality is most suitable to investigate MC. Chief wants these two to discover Shadow's identity as soon as possible. He wants them to establish cooperation with Shadow and obtain all the information he possesses, and the rest are ordered to maintain the stability of the society. Scene shifts, and we are at the school with the stepsister and some other girls. Student Zhang told them as long as they sleep in the same district and at the same period of time, they will appear in the same starter village. One of the girls states that she needs to go home and carry her parents, because they have never played a game before. Other girl states that they should grow on their own first, and then carry their parents. Xiaoyu is just staring at her phone. She thinks that something this major is going on, but there is no reaction or call from her brother, and he didn't came to apologize. Sister thinks that MC is very arrogant. Sister remembers that every time MC got angry at her, he would find a way to pacify her, but he didn't do it today and even hit her. Even her parents have never hit her before, and all she did was skip class to see Songfei's concert. Sister is angry and wants MC to apologize to her 1,000 times. Otherwise, she won't forgive him, but she gets orgasmic remembering that she went to see Songfei yesterday. She thinks that once this game comes out, there won't be many opportunities for them to be together. This crazy bitch keeps remembering how close she was to Songfei yesterday. She was literally leaking from every hole. Now she realizes that they enter the game while sleeping, so that means that Song will definitely enter it too. She is straight up getting wet thinking that as long as she enters the game at the same time as Song Fei, she will be able to find him, so she goes home and gets out of her uniform. Thinking that student Zhang got level 3 very quickly, so he must be an expert. Xiaoyu is going to ask him for help. Scene shifts and we see that every student is asking Zhang to share some strategies. Zhang sees his mobile and notices it's Xiaoyu. He can't believe this lofty queen came to him for strategies. This is chance for Zhang to score with Xiaoyu. Xiaoyu is in her bed wearing only a bra and PJs. Zhang texts her the first thing she needs to do is to put all her attribute points into agility. Otherwise, she won't be fast enough to run from monsters. Xiaoyu asks if she still needs to put her points into agility if she is a mage. Zhang tells her yes, because agility isn't completely useless for a magic type. It can increase the casting speed for them, which is very important for early stages. Xiaoyu asks what if she still can't win after putting all the points into agility, and she ends the text with a crying emoji. Zhang tells her to not worry, as long as someone in the village levels up to level 5. They can activate the teleportation formation in the village. She can form a random party to level up, and when the formation is open, Zhang will come find her and carry her to the sky. This makes Xiaoyu excited, and she gets ready to sleep. She knows this simp Zhang will be useful, and she's going to show MC how strong she is. MC can continue to be arrogant, but once he enters the game he will see that she is already at much higher level, and when that time comes, she is not going to help Shadow level up. Man, she really lives in her own dreams. Scene shifts, and we are back with Shadow. He is still picking the loot from the curse monster, and he gets a curse ring. It can be used by all professions, and grants him 32 attribute points. MC thinks that this ring is equal to someone leveling up 3 levels, and it has dark element resistance. MC knows this will be very useful against monsters. There's also a weak point attack multiplier with this ring. Plus MC also got a new skill, Instant Shadow Slash. Shadow knows this is a very strong AoE attack skill. It can teleport and turn MC invisible, so like Ricky's ultimate in Dota 2. So he learns it immediately. With his evolution points, Shadow upgrades the greedy hand to diamond level. It's as MC expected. Killing mobs right now will give him 2 pieces of loot. So killing 1 mob is equal to killing 3. And using the remaining evolution points, he upgrades this new Instant Shadow Slash by 3 tiers. But it didn't change the cooldown time. But just by relying on this new skill, Shadow can become invisible infinitely. Rest of the loot is garbage. But MC can sell this Battle Roar skill for some money. And so he starts moving forward. But suddenly these crawlers jump at him. These are level 4 limb crawlers, and they came at the perfect time for Shadow to try out the Instant Shadow Slash. And Shadow just starts zigzagging all over them, dealing 725 damage with each hit. In an instant, MC kills all 4 crawlers. His efficiency of killing monsters has increased, battle time has shortened, which reduces the chance of incidents. Right now, MC has 618 days of lifespan he can trade, but to bring his stuff into reality, he needs at least 2.5 years worth of lifespan. So he needs to get to 900 days. But first, MC is going to go back to the town and sell all the items in his bag. That way he might get enough to reach the minimum lifespan required. And once he level up to 10, he's going to bring the skills and equipment from this game into reality. Shadow is now walking back to the town, but he hears someone talk. Congratulations, young miss. You've become level 3, so you should fulfill your promise now, right? Shadow becomes invisible and listens to the convo between Lizzie and this helper guy Old Mao. Lizzie tells him to not worry, their Dajiang industry has a lot of money. Lizzie is about to exit and give her number to this guy to contact her directly, and she tells him to sell her his tradable lifespan. She'll pay 10,000 for every day of lifespan. The guy agrees and states that Shadow was an idiot for not taking her seriously. MC listens to all this, but doesn't give a flying fuck and moves past them. They are ready to talk more in reality. This ass face thinks, so what if the game can affect your lifespan? He can farm more lifespan anytime he wants, and thinks that only those who convert gaming abilities into real money like him are geniuses. Scene shifts, and we are back in the Shell Town. MC being level 5 activates the teleportation formation in Shell Town. MC now tells us that teleportation in this beginner's town is 2-way. MC thinks that there's no use in lighting up one side, so someone must reach level 5 in other towns and activate the formation there. Shadow remembers that in his previous life, Song Fei was in Firefly Town. So MC's going to set up alert to know when someone activates the Firefly Town's teleportation. But it's not a big deal to teleport between towns. The main goal is to level up to level 10 and then head to the God's abandoned realm. That is where the game truly begins. Now Shadow the businessman sets up his shop again, and people are excited that the expert is back in town. Players have saved up their lifespans to buy stuff from Shadow. Some players want mage skill like that icicle skill MC sold earlier. But MC only has a spell book for the warrior class. Players are lining up to get this battle roar, and someone does get it for 300 days of lifespan. Other players are not sure if this spell is worth 300 days of lifespan. But some know that with this skill a warrior's farming efficiency would increase, and 300 days of lifespan can be farmed back in 2 days. And so every player is buying random items from Shadow, and MC sold everything in 1 minute, and got 650 days of lifespan, which means his total now is at 2,174 days. But it's still not enough to bring everything into reality. Some players are upset they didn't get to buy anything, and they tell Shadow to bring more stuff next time. Shadow now notices the mage from Meng's party offering him a treasure. By the way, every player is calling him expert. This cute mage is offering him a space ring to increase the inventory size. This is exactly what MC wanted. This is a special storage equipment, even though it can be dropped by any monster. But the drop rate is very low. For this prophet mage to get it this quickly is good luck. So Shadow asks how much is she selling it for. MC remembers that in the past this ring could sell for 3,600 days. Mage states that she doesn't want any lifespan for the ring. She only wants to add Shadow as a friend and ask him to form a party with them to kill one boss. Shadow agrees, and this player named Black Plum Big Plum accepts his friend request. MC now asks what kind of boss is it, and it's a gold tier. Shadow asks its name, but Big Plum didn't manage to see the name because it was too far away. But it was a boat in the swamp that looked tattered. MC wonders if it could be the Golden Ghost ship. It is a rare special boss that could appear at any level. The appearance of this boss is very low, but it drops some very useful special equipment. Shadow remembers that every time this ghost ship would appear, a fierce battle will break out among various groups. MC thinks that this ship could be level 5, and it'll be the easiest one to kill. MC can't believe the luck of this mage, bumping into the Golden Ghost ship, finding the rare space ring, and be a member on Meng's party. MC wonders if she could be that rumored koi fish in his past life. All curious now, Shadow asks how did she find this gold tier boss. Big Plum states that after finishing her meal offline, she wanted to quickly get online and level up with her party, but they were leveling up so slowly. She had nothing to do, so she went for a stroll around and discovered that gold tier boss below a cliff. Shadow remembers that in his past life, it was rumored that Meng's party had a member with a koi fish physique. When wandering in the wild, she could encounter rare bosses, treasure chests, underground places, and temples. At first, MC thought it was smokescreen to cover up the information that they had. He didn't expect it to be real, and it's her. She's the fucking lucky fish. Mage now blushing asks why is the expert looking at her like that. MC tells her it's nothing and leaves the town with this lady luck. But someone is spying on them. Now we see this piece of shit convincing some players to follow him. His friend comes running in and tells him that Shadow brought a girl out of town. This bastard states that Shadow is just a brat who couldn't resist a girl, so he gathers his party members to go after MC. Now we see Shadow and Big Plum walking through the forest. MC tells her that he can help to fight it, and if the boss drops any mage skills he'll give them to her, and the rest will belong to him. Mage asks then what about Captain Meng and the others? MC states that her party has all sorts of classes. This way he won't get anything. So Plum agrees, but she wants to make a small request. If there is any equipment for her, Captain Meng and the others, can MC sell those to them at a discount? MC agrees to this deal. Mage tells him that they'll finish the deal when Meng comes online. Now she asks where were they going. Shadow reminds her that they are on the way to fight the gold tier boss. This statement completely shocks her. All scared Mage reminds him that he can become invisible, but she is a mage. She can't tank it if attacks hit her. Shadow tells her that she can watch from a safe distance. He's going to solo the boss. Mage can't believe he's going to solo a gold-tier boss. She knows that Expert is strong, but this is ridiculous. MC senses something and quickly uses Shadow Sneak. Plum is left wondering, where did the Expert go? It's these thugs following them. They see Shadow vanish and think that he must have tricked that girl and abandoned her in the wild. These thugs are planning on capturing the mage and playing with her for a bit. Other members think that their boss is very smart, and if they keep following him, women will keep coming their way. All Invisible Shadow is standing in front of them, listening to every word they say. Boss notices that he is being stopped by something, but before he can react, MC uses his instant Shadow Slash on all of them. By the time they notice what's going on, all 5 players have already been killed. MC can't believe these guys were so poor. It's like killing 2 small mobs. Now he appears new to Plum again. Plum asks where did he go? MC tells her that a few people were following them, so he sent them back to the town. This juicy Plum thought he went to pee. LOL. And she states that because of his invisibility skill, going to toilet must be very convenient. He can pee and poop anywhere he wants, and he won't be afraid of anyone seeing him. Toilet humor. Best kind of humor. What if the poop leaves his body? It should turn visible, right? She asks. MC tells her to just lead him to the boss.